I do like a cup of coffee in the afternoon. Hello, come in.
Hello, how are you? Nice t-shirt.
Why, thank you.
What'd you do that for? You can recycle that?
Yeah, well, recycling really isn't for me.
Honestly, you can though. Why don't you bother? I'm here with Alistair Brand and with his views on household recycling. So how do you deal with waste cooked foods like meat and fish?
Well, we have a stray cat that comes here and we give him most of the meat and fish, but the vegetables we do put in the black bin.
Okay, nice. What do you do with old electrical equipment?
Well, I do take most of them apart, like things like this. It's just like circuit boards, things with switches, so we don't throw any of that away. Well, we try not to. If there's anything like dangerous, then we would.
I hear you're pretty good at fixing electrical equipment. So what do you do? How do you do it?
Well, usually it's clocks. I fixed the lady from down the road her clock, and it did actually work, and I got some money for it, so I'm quite pleased about that.
You live about 10 miles from Norwich.
Yes.
So how do you recycle?
Well, Mum takes most of our glass bottles to the bottle bank at the supermarket. Everything else goes in the green bin.
What do you do with your old clothes?
Well, we have quite a few jumble sales in Rockland, and we give most of our clothes to them if it's possible and if they are not in bad condition. But if they are, then we do throw them out.
Last carrot. Right, there you go. You can take that out into the compost bin if you like.
Done.
Where is it?
In the bin.
But it's not in this bin, not in the compost bin. See, you were meant to put it in there. So where is it then? I can't see it.
In the bin.
Oh no, you put it in the wrong bin. Why'd you do that? Right, tip it out in the compost bin. That's where the food peelings go. See, that's another way of helping out the environment. And it makes your garden grow better.
I'm here with Andy Cullum and I want to find out how he deals with recycling.
We've got two main things we do. One concerns household waste, kitchen waste. The other concerns leaves. We'll go to kitchen waste first. The white bin here is all the stuff that comes out of the kitchen. Everything goes in there to begin with. It's left in there for a few months to compost down. Once it's started going down, we transfer it to a bigger bin where it keeps on going. We can turn that over after 6 or 7 months. It just turns into a nice deep brown crumbly compost that then gets put on the vegetable garden. The other thing we look at is using all the waste leaves from the field, the trees around us, to actually make leaf mould. So we come over with the first set of leaves here that sit in the bin for about a year. When they've composted down fairly well, they get transferred to another bin. This is what we get after about a year's worth of degrading.
So how does the leaf mould end up?
Right, after 2 years, this is what you get that began as oak leaves 2 years ago. That is now fully made leaf mould, which now gets used in the spring on the raised beds in the vegetable garden as a soil conditioner.
So what are you growing here?
These are autumn sown broad beans. You can see the 2 rows, and in between them you can see where we put that compost that came out of the kitchen waste has been used on there. A lot of it's been turned in by the worms, and that will really set them going well.
Where do you get the water from that goes on the garden?
Right, well, what we do is collect as much water as we can off the shed roofs, make sure all the guttering's in good condition, have it all channeled down into this big black container here. It's an old juice container, about 3,000 or 4,000 litres contained in that. That has then got a hose off the bottom which goes underground, and it actually goes down to the vegetable garden, the greenhouses, and that way we don't use any water out of the mains. It all comes from captured and recycled water.
Oh, I've typed it wrong again.
Is this yours by any chance?
Yeah, but I went wrong, so what's the point in keeping it?
Well, why don't you recycle? It's so easy. Look, just try it. Look, recycle. In bin. Simple. Or you could send an email.
Okay, I'll just send one now.
See, doesn't it feel good that you're doing your bit for the planet?
I guess so. There you go, done. How do you dispose of envelopes and like shredded paper and sort of greasy papers?
Some paper gets shredded, that then goes in the compost bin. Envelopes, we actually cut the backs off and use them for notes and things. And some bits we can't do that with. In the winter we light the fire with them, in the summer they just go in the waste paper recycling.
Do you take the caps off bottles before like recycling them?
Yeah, we always take the caps off, they go in the rubbish, and then the bottles themselves are washed and put in the recycling bag.
What do you think would be the best way to recycle in rural areas?
Via the recycling centres, some of which are provided now, but I think there probably needs a greater provision of those recycling centres rather than people having to go a bit of a distance for some of the things, so they don't take everything at the moment, but I think that's the way it has to go.